Pantry milks are something that we often overlook, but should be a staple in everyone's pantry. And today I have Holley Grainger as our visitor. She's a dairy ambassador and nutritionist. And she's here to teach us about the versatility of these pantry milks in the kitchen. Welcome, Holley.
Thank you, Martha. I'm excited to be here.
How are each of these milks made? So we have condensed milk here, evaporated milk, low-fat evaporated, milk powder, and
this is the shelf stable.
Shelf stable. That's what you get in Europe all the time.
Yes. Well, and that's what always makes people scratch their head, because in America we're so used to getting fresh milk in the refrigerated section. But that's what's so unique about these milks is that they're reliable and they're made from real dairy milk. So they all start in the same way. Sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk, I like to think of them like they're cousins. So in the same way that you might reduce a sauce on the stovetop, these are reduced or evaporated or condensed with a gentle heating process until 60% of the liquid is gone.
The water.
Of the water, yes. And so
okay.
That's what gives it that nice creamy texture. And you can see it has just a little bit of color, and that's from the heating of the milk. Yes.
The evaporated has no sugar?
That's correct.
Okay, and this has how much sugar? A lot?
A lot, yes. It's about 60% milk to 40% sugar.
Oh, wow.
But that's what makes it so delicious.
So it's heated gently, but it must have at the boiling point. Because,
yeah, it gets to the boiling point because that's what helps. You start with real milk. That's then heated down. The liquid is evaporated, and then that's where evaporated milk stops.
Yeah.
And
then this is low fat, so same thing, but just low fat milk.
Yes.
Now powdered milk.
So powdered milk, the same thing happens. The liquid is evaporated, but then it's dried and heated, and so that helps to make it shelf stable. And you can keep it in your pantry
now, have
for
all the
a year.
nutrients remained in this powdered milk?
A large portion. Some of the B vitamins and some of the ones that are a little bit more heat sensitive are gone, but you still get that high quality protein and calcium in the milk powder. And what's great about milk powder is certainly you can add it to breads to add to the texture, and you can add water to that and reconstitute it, and it's just like drinking a glass of milk. So you have your vitamin D, you have your calcium and protein. You're getting a lot of that great nutrition. And so as a dietitian, I remember even when I was in school, and it was like, how do you bulk up the calories? The answer was always add non-fat dry milk powder. So if you're making a smoothie, it's a great way to be able to supplement, to add even more nutrition.
And then this is shelf-stable milk. So how is that processed?
So this is made with ultra-high temperature. You might see UHT, and it's ultra-pasteurized. So in the same way that milk is pasteurized to kill the bacteria, this is just pasteurized at a quicker time at a higher temperature.
So ultra pasteurized.
Yes, so it kills everything. And you can buy the shelf-stable milk. It will stay on the shelf and be good for about 3 months.
So what's missing from that's in fresh milk?
You are losing a little bit of those B vitamins because of the heat, but it's heat flashed so quickly that not too much of the nutrition is destroyed.
Oh, okay.
And you do get a little bit of a sweeter flavor just because it's heated, just like the other ones.
And so what's the history? Why did we do that in the first place?
Well, what's so interesting, in the 1800s, this was a way that people were able to preserve milk, because back then we didn't have refrigeration. Refrigeration didn't come in until the 1900s.
And unless you had the cow tethered in the backyard,
exactly,
you'd have to preserve it some way.
Yes, exactly. So boiling it down and making this type of product was a great way to be able to let people have the nutrition and be able to have milk. What's also interesting is that the sweetened condensed milk was used to serve the troops during the war, because they were able to get the nutrition from milk in a form that also was a treat.
So is there any problem just storing that in the fridge? Does it have a fridge life?
It does. So each of these are a little bit different. You can store sweetened condensed milk in the pantry for up to 2 years. Of course, always check the best by date.
Right.
Once it's opened, it stays in an airtight container. It will stay good for about 5 to 7 days. Same with evaporated milk. Evaporated milk has a little shorter life. It's about a year in the pantry, and about 4 to 5 days once it's been opened, stored in the refrigerator. Milk powder, same thing. You can store this in your pantry for up to 2 years.
But in the freezer, you could put it for a long time.
Yes, and that's the thing that's so nice about it. Once it's opened, it will last about 3 months. And then shelf-stable milk will last on the shelf up to 3 months. Once you've opened it, same type of thing as regular milk, about 7 to 10 days in the refrigerator.
Okay. Well, thank you, Holley. You're a font of information. And,
I appreciate it.
And I look forward to using all of these different milks in our recipes.
Thank you, Martha. It was exciting to be here.